defense.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
He has great instincts off the ball.
Unbelievable.
They have won the World Series for the third time in 5 years.
Yeah, there is a method to all this winning and winning championships in baseball. If you look at a study how teams win and how they have won through the history of baseball, this is the book for you, In Pursuit of Pennants. Again, the author is with us, Dan Levitt.
Well, before the GM, you had either the owner or the manager would be the folks that were trying to do what GM does today. And as some of the owners became richer and more in business, Jacob Rupert of the Yankees owned a brewery, guys who owned other businesses, they realized that they needed professional management and that professional management could help.
America, World War II, black Americans had finally become a little bit more integrated into American society, both in the war industries and in the military itself. But clearly, the segregation that had been going on, there was something wrong with it, and people were starting to try and figure out ways to get around it. Well, I think teams today are hiring managers who understand that this is the new environment they live in. This is what they're doing. I mean, Terry Francona in his book, when he wrote it about the Red Sox, was very explicit how he was joking and complaining about he'd have some analyst in the front office call him up and say, you should bench David Ortiz tonight. So this innovation of starting the farm system, of thinking about what was going on in the wider society and how he could compete, was extremely valuable. So by using these large data sets and by digging out other innovative data sets, the Giants got a very big leg up on their competition.
What do you think about that? Because we've seen Astros don't spend a ton of money, Pirates aren't spending a ton of money, and they were in the playoffs this year.
Well, every team has enough money today to be competitive. Every team has smart guys in their front office. They all have rich owners. And also, I think that the new CBA has made a big difference. Draft pools, they limit how much you can spend for later picks. You have the international signing limits. We have the competitive balance tax. There's a lot more revenue sharing today. So I think there's a lot going on there.
Fascinating to me. So really, this is the history of competitive advantage,
right.
Looking for a way, whether it's buying players or were you saying the draft, right? When the draft came in, tell us about that. Like, how did the draft change things in the mid-'60s?
After the draft, only scouting mattered. Before the draft, you needed to add hustle. Your scouts needed to be able to sign someone, convince someone to sign with the Washington Senators as opposed to the Yankees. And all of that skill went away. And so all of a sudden it became just scouting. And so it changed the nature of skills, and teams that understood that are the teams that did better in the 70s. You look at a team like the Dodgers had some great drafts in the late 60s, early 70s, and they were a great team then in the late 70s and early 80s.
That's fascinating, Dan. Great stuff. Again, In Pursuit of Pennants. Again, if you're a mainstream fan or hardcore fan, get so much history on this and from the perspective of organizations and general managers, which is how we think today. Dan, great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.